Managing tasks has become one of the most important aspects of today's work culture. And at this point, we not only have to keep track of our tasks, but also the tasks of our colleagues and the overall team to avoid stuff like duplication of work and inefficiency in communication and collaboration. And this recent shift to hybrid work culture only reiterates this fact. This is why Zoho Mail went on to completely revamp the old tasks to something that is a future forward, packing all the features that you need to cope with the current work environment. So here is a small recap of what we have done for you to see.
In today's fast-moving business world, juggling multiple projects and tasks has become a must-have skill for any role. One minute, you're working on a project, and the next, you're asked to resolve a tech issue. Then, you suddenly remember that the deadline to submit your monthly report is tomorrow. Managing all this work can be overwhelming. Presenting the all-new Zoho Mail Tasks, an enterprise-ready task management application that allows you to streamline your workload with groups, categories, and labels, prioritize so you know which task to start first, access and manage tasks from other Zoho products without switching tabs, set reminders and deadlines to make sure you never forget when a project is due, use custom statuses to see which stage your tasks are at, break down a large project, and delegate subtasks to multiple contributors. Invite your colleagues and collaborate using social media style communication, all in one place. You can even enhance your experience with Kanban boards, agenda views, and more. Zoho Mail Tasks increases your productivity, improves collaboration, and fosters time management skills. Zoho Mail Tasks, a one-stop destination for better task management.
So I hope that gave you a clear idea of what we are looking at and what we are trying to showcase you. So to get in depth on task management with Tasks by Zoho Mail, there are some basics we need to understand. So I'm going to start sharing my screen right now for a live demonstration. So let's start with the type of tasks you can add. Widely speaking, there are only two types of tasks: personal tasks and group tasks. Personal tasks would be those tasks that you would like to keep only between you and yourself. And professionally speaking, it would be those tasks that could be a shopping list or a project that is not mature enough to be shared with the rest of your team, and so on and so forth. Either way, personal tasks can provide you that privacy to explore what you want to do. So let's see how you can get into tasks first. So all you need to do is log into your Zoho Mail and navigate to task in the left-hand side menu. And there you go. So you will be landed in the task section. So in here, you can see that we have personal tasks right here. So like we were discussing, personal tasks can provide you a privacy to explore what you want to do. So now if you navigate to the left-hand side pane, like I said, and see here, you can spot personal task under the views section. But if we move away from personal tasks, the other type of tasks are group tasks. These would be those tasks that you don't mind sharing with your team. Group tasks offer you wide options to collaborate, communicate, and avoid redundancy, all while keeping track of what you're doing. However, you might be thinking, how does one manage group tasks if they are part of different projects that involve different team members altogether? So that is why if you see here under the group section, you can see multiple groups available at your disposal. So within groups or within group tasks, you can have multiple groups, each with different members, different privileges, and a wide array of customizations specific to that particular group to meet the needs of your teams exactly. So let's explore it further. To access these theme-based tasks, you will have to navigate to the respective groups in the left-hand side pane. So another question comes, what is a group? A group is a set of members put together in a single space for ease of communication and collaboration. Let's say you have like a bunch of people who's working on the same project, then you can create a group to put them all together in a single place. Maybe you have a group of people who work on visual design, so you can have a group for visual design, and you can have a group for marketing. So that's how it works. Now, if you go here and click on this plus icon, you will be taken to the create groups page. In here, you can provide a name, and then you can add members you would like to that particular group, and you can give your group a description, and you can create the group. But please note that this option is not available if your admin has restricted the same. So make sure your admin has enabled this option for you. And if you're not seeing this option in your user interface, then kindly contact your admin for group creation process. So like I said, once you provide the necessary information, you can click create group and your group will be ready to be used. So these are the two widest array possible of different types of tasks. So one is personal task and then another one is group task. Let's start by creating a new task. With Zoho Mail, you have multiple ways where one can add new tasks to the interface. So let's start with the most basic or the usual one, which is the new task button. If you click on the new task button, a task card will open where you can provide your task's title, which is generally what you would like to do. So let's say I have to host this webinar, host a webinar on tasks. So this is my task, and you can choose to put it under personal task, or you can also choose among the list of groups that are available to put it under a specific group. So let's say I want to put it under marketing, and then under is a category where you can actually create your task in. So what are categories? Categories are like folders within your groups or personal tasks. So let's say within like a marketing group, there could be a task based on blogs, tasks based on webinars, or sales pitch, all these kinds of different array of things that one particular team could handle. So in such cases, to have a clear-cut division or a clear organizing of your task, you can create something called categories. And creating categories is a very simple thing to do. All you need to do is press this little icon and expand your group and click add category, and you can provide your category, let's say testing, and you can provide a color and you can add it. So it's as simple as that. You can do so for all the groups and also for your personal task. So getting back to adding a new task. So like you can see, we can also retain. If you close it, it's not like it's going to disappear. It will come back. Now I'm going to host webinars on task, and I'm going to put it under marketing, and I'm going to put it under presentation category. So I can then go ahead and set priority. So what is a priority? So you might have a lot of tasks in your plate, and you might be finding it difficult to remember what you need to finish absolutely right now, or what can wait. So in order to give that wide array of a spectrum where we allow you to tell yourself that this needs to be done right now, or this work can wait. So in order to do the same, you can choose a priority. A priority can be high, medium, or low. So this is on high priority, so I set it on high, and then I can go ahead and set a reminder. So in the reminder section, I can go ahead and say, remind me on this time and on this day to that I have this task pending. And once I set the reminder, let's just set a reminder on 12th, and we can set a time. So I'm going to set it on 10:34 a.m. and click OK. So I can choose to get my notification reminder or email reminder. So it's completely dependent on your preference. And I can also send an overdue reminder overdue notification for which I'll have to set a due date. So let's say I set the due date on 12 and I can set an overview notification and click add reminder. So there you go. My reminder is set. And like I just demonstrated to you, you can also set a due date for your task, and that will allow you to know when a particular task is due. Similarly, you can also set a start date, because as much as due dates are important, we feel that start date is equally important, because you can't produce a quality product or quality work unless you start that particular work on time before its expected due date. So let's say my due date is start date is 11 and the due date is 12. And this will allow me to know when I need to start a particular task and when I need to finish it. And once that's done, I can also put a description of this task on what I should discuss, discussion on all the new features added, so everything, and then I can go ahead and add subtasks. So what are these subtasks? So subtasks are a feature that allows you to break down a larger product into multiple smaller products, smaller tasks. So for example, let's say you're working on like a PR content. So that means you will have to do posters, and you will have to do let's say you'll have to create the content. So all these can be separate subtasks which can be assigned to different assignees. So you can assign it to different people who are part of your organization or part of your team. And also you can actually assign an overall task to another different person apart from you as well. It's not necessary that you should be the only assignee of your tasks. And at the end, you can also add attachments to your task. You can bring your attachments from desktop, Zoho Docs, or other cloud services. It's all available right here. And then a beautiful part of tasks is, let's say you do the same task over and over again. Let's say every Monday you have to finish a report. And in such cases, you can add a recurring task. You can say, I need to repeat this task weekly, and it recurs every week for every 1 week on every Monday. And I can set it like until a particular date, maybe until 30th of November, and hit save. So until 30th of November, this task will be a recurring task. That means you don't have to add the task for the same thing you do over and over again multiple times. So this is a cool way to automate your recurring tasks. And also you can attach attachments, like I said before. And lastly, you can add a tag to your task. So what are tags? Tags are just labels that you can attach to your task. So let's say this task is on webinar, so it's on marketing. And I can also say this is a video-based thing. This allows me to create a kind of organized manner of management of my task list. So if I go and if I filter it or group it via tags, then I can see what are the tasks that are available under a particular tag. So let's try to do that. Let's try to see. I'll just tag it on a particular tag. Let's say it's blog. And if I tag it, if I group it by tags, you can see that that particular task comes under the blog tag. But what is the difference between tags and categories? Well, one task can only be associated with one category, but a task can be associated with multiple tags or labels. So that means a single task can be under blog and also under event 2021, event 2021 tag list as well. If I just manage my list and I show you that tag, you would be able to see, but let me just put it under videos so you can see that as well. So you can see if I refresh, a particular task can come under two different tags. So this is how tags work. So this allows you to not only identify a single task as a single thing, but as multiple things, so that you always reach what you need. So apart from categories, in a new task, you also have tags, like I said, and finally, you have statuses. So what are statuses? So as soon as you add a task, you will be, that task should be open. That is, it's yet to be finished, and it can be closed as well. But status is much more than that. Let's say you are working on a presentation, and you initially put in the task and you say, okay, this presentation needs to be done. And that means the task is open. And after that, it goes to the design phase. Maybe your content is done, but it's stuck in the design phase. So you can say in progress with design. You can change your task depending on that. And later, you can also change your task status to closed once the project or the task is completely closed. So this allows you to give different aspects of progress to your task. And once this is all done, you can, whatever you need to add, you can put it in your task card, and then you can hit save and your task will be saved. So I'm going to just put it on the priority. And if I go into a task card, just open it by clicking it, you can also see something called a timeline. Now, this timeline shows when a task has been added, when a subtask was added, what was like all the actions that you have done in that particular task will come under the task timeline. So this allows you to keep track of whatever task, whatever you're doing to your particular task. Now, with respect to status, I did tell you that you can add custom statuses. So let's see how you can do that. All you need to do is go to the More Actions menu, go to Task Settings, and then right here, you can go to Status, and you can create a new status by simply typing in maybe design phase, and then hit create. But please note that to do this for your groups, you will have to have the moderator access. So if you're not a moderator of a group, then you will not be able to do all this, and you will have to request your group's moderator to do so. And you can know who is your group's moderator by contacting your administrator, and that should help you. So apart from that, you can also rearrange how it should be visible, or you can do all that in the status. You can also do the same for category. You can hide certain categories, or you can show certain categories. It's completely dependent on you. And you can also rearrange these right here. What this rearrangement does is when you group by, let's say, category, whatever rearrangement you did there reflects here. So if I put shopping next to daily, then you will see daily category came first in the Kanban board. So this is one of the ways that you can control the way you see your views. So we discussed all about adding new tasks, and we had gone through a lot of other aspects of the task management or organizing tasks within this view as well. But let's go and see what other things you can do. Let's say when you're adding a new task, you want a custom, maybe you want to add some kind of a custom field. Maybe you have a specific location field that you specifically want your employees to use or your group members to use. Then you can go to the task settings, the same place, and then you can go to the custom fields option right here, and then you can add new custom fields. So all you need to do is select the type of custom fields you want. So I want a multiple choice option, or no, I actually want a drop down, let's say. So now I say location, and then I can say India, US, UK, Dubai. So I can add the options, and then I can also say um, Australia. All right. So I can also say that what should be the default value. So maybe the default value should be US, and I can make this field a mandatory field. So only if this field is filled, the task will be added. So then I can click create. Before that, I can also see a small preview of how it would look in my task card. So there I go. So I just click create and my custom field has been created. So if I click a new task, you can see that this location option right now is available for me, and it comes with a mandatory tag as well. So I can go ahead and select whichever location I want to, and that's the end of it. So this is one of the ways you can customize your task card to be more specific to your organization or your group. So apart from just clicking the new task option and adding a task directly like that, you can also associate your emails as your task. So simply go to your mailbox, and then you can right click and click add to, and then click tasks, and your task will be added with the subject of the email as the task's name, and the description is your email content. And similarly, the task will be automatically assigned to you, but you can always change the assignee to your preference. And apart from just doing like that, if you're inside your mail view, you can simply go ahead and click this, and similarly click add to, and then click task, and the same thing goes over again. And if you want, let's say, to only add task of a specific text, then you can simply select that text and click create task option right here. And the text you selected will be added as the task's title. And similarly, you will be the assignee automatically. So these are some of the ways you can add your tasks from email. And if you go to streams also, you can, let's say I go into a streams group, I can simply go to add task, and I can just create a task and set it to any assignee of my choice. And then I can hit add, and this will create a task automatically. So apart from putting it under streams, you can also use something called a cheat sheet. So a cheat sheet is a cool way to add your tasks even though you don't have access to your computer or your mobile device specifically, let's say. So in order to do that, all you need to do is go here and access your cheat sheet and just send an email to the email address that you see here, depending on what is your condition. So if you send an email to this email address that is available under your cheat sheet, that is customized for you, then the task will be automatically added. So these are just a few hacks, let's say, to enhance your task adding experience. And apart from doing things like this, you can also import your task by going to more options. You can import it from Wunderlist, or you can import it as a .csv file. So they are the ways you can add tasks to Zoho Mail. And apart from this, one of the biggest thing that you can actually do is explore different kinds of views in tasks by Zoho Mail. So one of the things we saw is board view, which is a Kanban board style, where you can group by categories, status, priority, due date, or tags. And if you have a custom field, then you can group it by your custom field, and you can also filter it based on assignees or your custom field. And similarly, you can sort it by the time created or the due date or modified time. And apart from that, you can also manage fields in these views, and you can say that I don't want to see assignee in my tag cards, and the assignee will go away. Or you can say I don't want to see the due date, or it's completely up to you with respect to how you would like to customize your immediate bird's eye view in these cases. And once you have explored all that, you can also change your view from board view to list view, which will change the view to something like this, which will allow you to have a much more compact way of seeing things in a single row concept. And yeah, so those are the wide array of seeing methods or views that you can access within your tasks. But apart from that, you also have some specific views created to fulfill a specific need. Like if you go to agenda view, you can see what are the tasks you have delayed and you haven't done it within a specific due date that you set, or what are the tasks that are due for today. Let's say I put it on 11th, and you can see, or I can also drag and drop. It's not necessarily you have to do that. All these things are easily accessible. Like you can simply drag and drop across uh, boards and across. So this is very, very intuitive UI, which you can simply drag and drop to rearrange everything within your view. So yeah, so you can see delayed view, or you can see what are the tasks that is due for you today, or due this week, or this month, and whatever is upcoming, or the tasks that you have added without any due dates. So apart from that, you can also go to created by me view, where you can see what are the tasks you have created under groups or personal tasks. It can be anything. So this includes all the tasks that you have added, and this can be grouped by priority and due date. It's up to you to see however you would like to see it. And finally, you also have assigned to me view. In this use, you can see tasks that are not necessarily created by you, but are assigned to you in order to be in order to be done. So these are tasks that you are responsible for. It doesn't have to be created by you. Like I said, it just has to be assigned to you. So you can see all the tasks that are assigned to you here. And again, you can group it by priority or due date or groups. And you can also sort it based on the created time. And that is how this assigned to me view works. And finally, we also have Unified View, which is a one-stop destination for all Zoho tasks to come together in a single space. But we will explore that very shortly after I explain to you all the bulk actions that are available and everything that we need to know. So for bulk actions, all you need to do is like select a couple of tasks that you would like, and then you can change their status in a single go to whatever statuses that are available to you or you have created. Their priority, you can assign them all to a single assignee. You can tag them or you can archive them. You can delete them or also export them. So these are the bulk actions that are available to you. And apart from that, if you go inside a particular task card, you can also see you have several options available to you. Like you can copy a task. That means you can duplicate this particular task and put it in a different group or as a personal task. It's completely up to you. So you can just copy and paste it somewhere else. That means this task will also be available here, but it will also be available in the place you're copying. If I'm copying it in personal task, it will be there in personal task, but it will also be available under that particular place it's already existing in. Apart from that, you can also move this task to a different group. You can move it to marketing, and you can move it to a different category in marketing, and you can choose to include comments. And if I hit save, the task that was currently in marketing, in personal task would have been moved to marketing. So apart from that, you also have share via click option, where you can simply click share via click and you can share it to any click group that is existent. And you can also unwatch this task to explore to stop seeing the comments and likes of a particular task. So that brings us to the collaboration aspect of tasks by ZohoMail. So what collaboration do we offer? So apart from allowing you to assign tasks to your organization members, and allowing you to create subtasks and also assign it to different organization members of yours, not necessarily you. We also provide you the option to like a task and invite uh, somebody who's not part of the group to view your task, view that particular task, or view a different task, depending on which task you're inviting them to collaborate in that task. You can also tag their name and say, comment, social media style, and ask for their ideas. So I can ask Paula, do you have any ideas? And we can simply keep going about this in very social media concise style of conversation. And this will allow you to encourage sportive communication between your team and foster all that's good with the new hybrid work culture that's coming. So you can foster new ideas, and that will allow you to handpick everything that's needed for your team or your project or your task. So that's there. So apart from all this, you can also, it's very important to know what's the difference between a group task and personal task, or a task where you invite someone with respect to privacy. So let's say in a personal task, if you assign that task to someone else, then that means this person, Paula, will have access to that particular task of yours. That means they can change the task's name, or they can do whatever they want to do with that particular task, and just how you would edit the task. So similarly, there are also in-group tasks. If you're adding, let's say, a group task, in that sense, not only will all your group members be able to see that particular task, but also the people who you invite who are not part of that group will also be able to see, and the assignees who, if not part of the group, will be able to see and access and edit that particular task. So this is something to note with respect to privacy. So now coming to unified view. So in the unified view, you can see tasks that are available under all these different apps: Zoho Mail, Zoho Projects, Zoho Connect, People, and Zoho CRM. So I can simply drag and drop so you can simply drag and drop the cards depending on the view that you would like. And if you would like to expand that particular app, you can simply click on that app and you will be taken in to that particular app's specific view. Apart from that, you also have manage app section, using which as well you can reorganize your task. Unified views look point. And instead of just having all the tasks, if you see I don't have any task in Zoho Connect and Zoho People, I can simply choose to hide them, or I can also hide them right here. So I can click it and click hide app, and only the apps that I require will be here. So if you don't see the tasks here of these particular apps, make sure you go to the settings icon and navigate to integrations, where you can enable the enable the integration between the particular apps that we need. You need to enable it in order to see these tasks right here. So coming back to the task, you can expand these apps. If I go into Zoho Projects, then I can see all that I need from Zoho Projects, and all the tasks that are available will be there on Zoho Projects. The difference between this first view and the expanded view is that in the first view, you can only see all the tasks that are assigned to you with respect to that particular app. So I can only see the tasks that are assigned to me, which is available in Zoho CRM or Mail or Projects. I cannot see the task that I created and maybe assigned it to someone else, or or the task that I have access to view, but I cannot view it right here. To view such tasks, I will have to navigate inside that particular app's expanded detailed view, and I will be able to see all that I need to see within that. And if I want to, then I can also navigate back to that particular app. Let's say if I want, then I can simply go ahead and say open in CRM, but editing is also available. So I can simply edit the particular task that is already available. But how to add a new task to a unified view? So I can easily add a new task by simply clicking this plus icon. So if I click this plus icon, it will automatically add the task to Zoho CRM. But I can also click new task, and then I can click this small mail icon and select the apps that are available to me. Maybe if I want to add this task to CRM, then I can click CRM and I can assign an assignee, and this task will be added to CRM. So this is how unified view works. And I have covered almost all the aspects of Zoho Mail tasks. But one of the things I also want to say is the settings that are specific to your groups or personal tasks. So if I go into task settings, then you can see that here I already told you can reshuffle these according to your will. You can also create category right here. So if I want a category that should say maybe sales, and then I can just hit create and a category will be created. And I can also create new statuses, whatever status I want. I can also arrange the assignees in a group so that I can, whenever I see, let's say I go here and group it by assignee, so I can see what are the tasks assigned to the specific assignee. But let's say Kunal doesn't have any tasks in him, so if I don't want to see him, I can simply say hide section right here, or I can go into my task settings and then I can hide it right here as well. So it works both way, and I can also rearrange it here. And I can also check tags, and I can also search for tags. But if you want to create new tags, you'll have to go right here and click on this plus icon and give your tag a name, and you can also associate it with a color and then hit save. So that's it for the tasks.